Hi everybody, Dan Marson here from the coase-sandor Institute, and I wanted to walk you through some of the steps of one of the bigger projects I worked on earlier, where a professor wanted to know about data that is stored on the Bloomberg terminal, which you can't really easily scrape because you're not supposed to have any other programs on the computer in addition to the Bloomberg software. But this professor wanted to know for a list of about 6 or 7 suppliers, or of 6 or 7 manufacturers, who were the suppliers to that manufacturer, and who were the suppliers to the suppliers to that manufacturer. So what this involved was taking a whole lot of screenshots of companies in the Bloomberg index. So like here, 2338HK, this power company in China was one of the ones I had to look up because they were a supplier to one of the manufacturers, and you can see that Bloomberg has 21 through 40, then 41 through 59, 60 through 78, and actually again I believe the last one up to 78. You have to get the last 5, 79 to 83. So that's that one, and so on for more and more and more and more and more and more and more companies. And so the thing is, you can't copy and paste this into Excel because Bloomberg doesn't let you. So what do? Well, I used ABBYY FineReader to, and this is silly, but take these digital images and recognize the text that is in them and turn them all into one big spreadsheet. And so where that is it is in here. And what I did was I took the spreadsheet that ABBYY FineReader gave me and I manually reviewed it by hand, and I corrected it to this spreadsheet. I just had it do output as 1 for me, and you can see that there's probably going to be a lot of errors, like here's a lot of blank space, but I did fix a lot of the errors. You'll see like here there's HKI in the space of the country. That's an error, but I actually programmed this to only take the first 2 characters, like here's CNJ and HKJ. I had it programmed to just take the first 2 characters out of the country column when I put together my final data set. So anyway, I had to use ABBYY FineReader, and I strongly recommend you get ABBYY FineReader if you're going to need it to be recognizing text on a regular basis. It's definitely worth the $400 for the license. But if you're a faculty member at the University of Chicago Law School, call us, email us, whatever. We will run your stuff through ABBYY for you. You don't need to get the license, and we'll put it together in a nice format. We'll clean it up for you. We'll take care of it. So that should be good to know for a lot of you, I think. But anyway, this is only part of the job, is getting these screenshots put together. I need to next match up all the suppliers from the original list of 6 or 7 manufacturers. I need to find all their suppliers, and I need to put them into a data set. And so what I did was I did output as suppliers. This is one of my data files, and so here's a supplier. I took basically every supplier and the supplier to those suppliers, and I put them into this, where these first few is the company being supplied, and then these last 4 are the supplier to that company. And so you'll see, for 38HK, there's 8 of them. For 267HK, there are many more. 9 to 36, there's like 28 of them, right? And so this is another piece of it, but then the question is, how do I just get the ones like Harley Davidson, start here at Harley Davidson, and go through all the Harley Davidson suppliers, and then find Alcoa, and then put all of its suppliers out here. So I wrote a Python script to do that, but anyway, the outcome is like this. I have Hog, which is Harley Davidson. I have all the suppliers to Harley Davidson, like Michelin, and then over here I have all the suppliers to Michelin. So as long as Michelin stays the same in my column G, these are the suppliers to Michelin to Harley Davidson. And then Bridgestone is the next one. So starting here, these are suppliers to Bridgestone. So there you have it. And this is actually pretty simple to do in a Python script, which I will briefly show you right now. Here it is. Basically, we open the output as one final, which is my hand-corrected ABBYY FineReader output, which I went through and cleaned up all the misreads, things like that. And go through that and create the output as suppliers. And then once you do that, basically take your 6 manufacturers that you want, Cummins, Deere, Caterpillar, Harley-Davidson, Ingersoll Rand, and the parent of Mercury Marine, which is Brunswick. Go through each of these, start a suppliers to suppliers list, initialize it as empty, and then find the suppliers to them, and then find their suppliers and append that to the end. So basically, if row 1 is ticker search, and ticker search is primaries I, which is the primary company. So basically, if you find the ticker symbol of one of the suppliers, or one of the manufacturer's suppliers, if you find that in the left column, that means those are the suppliers to them, so then start appending them onto the end of the row. And if you do that, and you get the suppliers list, this will all run in just seconds. I'm not actually going to run it, even though I've done that in a lot of my other videos, but I can post this online. You can look it over. It's pretty simple code that just basically takes something and appends 2 other things on the end of it. And of course, this all works because of ABBYY FineReader. There was no getting around the automation of taking the screenshots. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but just, it took a couple days to take all these, so it would have taken probably more than a couple days to figure out how to automate screenshots on the Bloomberg terminal, so that's why I just went ahead and took all the screenshots. Okay, hopefully that's helpful to you. Probably the most helpful part is just knowing what the software is that we have and how it can help you with your research. So good luck, and let us know if we can be helpful. Thanks for watching.